Hi, Mel. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well, Donna. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I was so glad to, I met Mel when we were at NAMM. Actually, we were listening in on a session. It was a really good session, and Mel happened to be sitting behind me, and he raised his hand, and he was asking a question, and he mentioned that he, was with Vocal Eze, and I was like, oh, I love that stuff. It's awesome. I mean, it really is. I've been using it for, I don't even know how long. I'm thinking I got to get to know Mel. So that's how we pretty much met. But, instinct, I mean, I've known you for a long time because I've been using Vocal Eze for a long time too. So I have a bunch of questions I wanted to ask you. I think your product is so great, and I really want to make sure that my listeners know about your product and how it's not only just for singers. Okay, it's for teachers, and it's also, I'm a wind player. I play saxophones, I play trumpet. We get stuff going on with our throat all the time, because of what we do, and I think this would be a great product for everybody to have. So can you tell us about Vocal Eze? Like, when did you create it? What was the story behind creating it?
Yeah, absolutely. And Donna, thank you for having me on. Our mission and purpose at Green Peak Wellness is to provide natural solutions to musicians like you and your community. And that's kind of how it started. So it was really interesting. Vocal Eze was originally formulated after an herbalist started working with some of the top vocalists and national recording artists in the industry. And back then, they were really complaining of scratchy throats and the soreness in their throat, and there was nothing on the market that was effective. So in 1996, which seems like, just the other day, but really it was a little while ago.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
They started to formulate an all-natural solution with 8 natural ingredients, and that specifically addressed tickles and dryness, irritation, soreness. And that's really how it was created. And Vocal Eze has always had a high level of quality in our blend. And the herbs are uniquely held in a lubricating glycerin and aloe base. And therefore, it makes it really great tasting and also really, really effective throat spray.
Yeah, I've had, and I can't remember the name of it, but I had another throat spray that I was using it when I would go up to people to spray their throat, to be like, no, it works. It works, people. I'm telling you, it works. And it's alcohol free. It's herbal. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that you want to use, so I'm so glad that you did create it. I can't believe 1996 is over 20 years ago. Anyway, That's another story. So, I mean, I mentioned, that this can benefit wind instrumentalists too, because, when we're playing gigs, you're playing a 4-hour gig, it may not be the best conditions where you're playing, whether it's in a restaurant or a bar or even on a large stage or something like that. All that exertion, all that kind of, stuff going on. This is something that should be in everybody's case. I feel that's my own thing from there. So, you could talk a little bit more about the benefit for vocalists as well, if you'd like. But I know for wind instrumentalists and teachers, this is a great thing to have.
It really is. And really, to understand the benefits, you really have to have a little bit of a background on how the vocal cords work. So without getting too scientific, there's sometimes they're called vocal cords or they're vocal folds. And they're also commonly known as vocal reeds. And basically, it's just composed of twin infoldings of the membrane that are stretched horizontally from back to front across the larynx. I always get that word. It's a tricky word. The larynx. And so they vibrate. And what happens is when they vibrate, it's modulating the airflow that goes through these very delicate and sensitive membranes. And whether you're talking, singing, or playing an instrument, they're gonna get overused if you're doing it on a consistent basis. And why overuse happens from inflammation. And inflammation really is from 3 major things. 1, too much stress, you're stressing them out. Pressure, you're applying too much pressure, and which could be, exerting them too much, and pollutants in the air. Just by breathing, there's balloons that come in and affect it and irritate them. So when that happens, you get soreness, inflamed tissue, and that's where people start getting a sore throat. And so with Vocal Eze, the biggest benefits of the throat spray is very lubricating with the honey and the aloe and marshmallow root. And so that reduces the friction, which may cause irritation and inflammation. There's also 2 types of echinacea in the spray, and echinacea boosts the immune system. So right away it helps, and it's directly applied to the throat area, which will then help the cells fight whatever it needs to fight right away. Also, Vocal Eze has licorice root and osha root, which increases oxygen, and that also reduces soreness. So that's why it's so awesome. I mean, I use Vocal Eze every single day as well. So I'm a singer-songwriter, play the guitar, and I do also speak around the country, and I speak about wellness and health. And what's really powerful is knowing that Vocal Eze is made right here in our backyard. It's made in small batches right in California, and it's just the best quality. And I've been able to see how they formulate it, and that's why I myself am a big fan, and that's why I got involved in it too. And Donna, just so I want to give your listeners a heads up, is that we have a special offer. I know we're going to be sharing it at the end of the interview. To anyone who wants to grab a bottle of Vocal Eze or a stick of Lippies, and I can share that at the end of the call, or I know you'll have a special place for them to go to grab some product.
Yeah, it's awesome, folks. So stick around to the end to find out what this offer really is. What I wanted to ask you. So is this? I think I know the answer based on the ingredients. I'm into a lot of like natural supplements and all those types of things. So is this safe to use every day? Is it safe to use more than once a day?
So good question. So just from my own personal experience, I use it all the time. Every day, throughout the day, I use it as a preventative, and also when I'm really in need. So just to keep my voice strong and to where it needs to be when I'm performing, it's a preventative, and it's something that, when you're on stage and your throat gets a little tight or you need a little extra lubrication, a sip of water is great. And then this is also that extra step that'll keep you going during the show and then afterwards as well.
Yeah, you're really making me think too. I forgot about public speakers. I mean, I speak on occasion as well, and it can be very stressful. But also, you don't know. You also have to think about what stage you're on too, and what the environment is like. I know. It was a year ago. I was playing in the Aquarius Casino. It's a beautiful place, but I don't like smoke. I really don't. I grew up with smoking parents and grandparents. I can't take it, and stupid me, I should have thought about bringing this with me, for that immune boost too. I didn't realize that as well. And, that's why this is great for speakers too, but also for teachers. I found in my teaching experience, I've been teaching now over 15 years, kids come up with all these colds and all this kind of stuff. And it has an effect on a teacher's immune system too. So I could see teachers taking Vocal Eze, as a preventative, to help fight off some of those germs that are flying around in the classroom and stuff like that, as well as keeping their throats lubricated too. So that's awesome. That's really great to know. So now you have another product that I had no idea about when we were talking at NAMM, and I was so grateful that you gave me, a free sample of both of these, but Lippies. Now the thing is, as a brass player, as a saxophone player, people think I'm weird, but I always have a type of lip balm in my pocket. So my dentist in New York used to have a great lip balm, so I'd be hoarding those. I'd have that with me. I've tried Chop Saver. I've tried the stuff from Whole Foods, that kind of thing. For me, it's all about the consistency and also what's in it too, because it took me a long time to realize that you don't want petrolatum, like a Vaseline on your lips. So can you tell us about Lippies?
Yeah, I got to tell you, Lippies, wind players, brass players, horn players, they swear by Lippies. And this is why. It really started on one of our visits to Michigan, where my wife's family is from. And one day, my father-in-law, who plays principal trumpet in the Grand Rapids Symphonic Band, came home from practice and started complaining about having really terribly sore lips. And Bob, that's my father-in-law, he was a former band director and choir director. And he always loved playing music. And he was diagnosed with shingles and couldn't play his trumpet because he had incredible pain. Oh. And I knew something had to be done. You know, I'm like, well, there's got to be a solution for this. And I started to do a lot of research and tried many different formulations for lip balms and found the right one. I found the right one, the right combination that really increased oxygen flow and reduced soreness. And that's really how Lippies was born. And this, I mean, it's why it's the best, in my opinion, is that it's USDA organic and it's got the best ingredients. Now, Chop Saver, like you said, it's right for some people. But when you want a USDA certified organic lip balm that's not too waxy and it'll protect your lips while reducing soreness after playing for a while, I would highly recommend it. And what another amazing thing is that my wife, she's also a horn player. She plays trumpet, and she puts it on right before she plays, and her lips don't slide off the mouthpiece, which is another issue with other lip balms. Yeah. So this is one of my favorite. I use it all the time. My wife loves it. She steals it from me all the time. And eucalyptus mint is our favorite, but it also comes in lemonade, and it also comes in raspberry.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and the interesting thing too, for me, for a lip balm, I mean, you just kind of basically said that as a brass player too, I can't have something that's too cakey that, you feel like you've got an extra layer on your lips. The consistency on this, I'm going to put it on right now, actually. Yeah. The consistency of this is really good. It feels smooth. It doesn't feel greasy, and it lasts quite a while, which is great. And we both live in a dry area, at least not today.
Yeah.
Not this winter. Yeah. We're getting socked with rain. And yeah. There was a deluge of rain during NAMM, which was crazy. But we generally live in a very dry area. And so I'm looking at some of these ingredients like coconut oil and vitamin E. That's really important for, folks like us living in it's almost like a desert area out here.
Yeah.
But also wintertime too is when people get a lot of chapped lips as well. And I know from my own past living in New York for most of my life, wintertime, that's when everybody would have the chapped lips and they would be complaining and stuff like that. I was so glad when you gave this to me. And you probably don't remember my reaction, but I'm like, oh my God, this is great. So yeah. And, like you said, Chop Savers it's good that we have choices because there's Chop Saver, which is great too. There's Lippies, which is awesome. I didn't even know about this. And just the fact that it is organic, folks, that is really important. When certain things you need to have as organic, have organic materials, organic ingredients in them. And if you think about it, how many times, and I'm talking from a brass player's point of view, how many times you may put lip balm on throughout the day. And, maybe you could talk about this a little bit too, in terms of having petroleum, in a lip balm, how that would really not be good for you.
Yeah, my own personal philosophy and why I love associating myself with products that really work is if I can't understand one of the ingredients on the back, on the label, and, it's something that I can't pronounce, then I don't put it on my skin. I don't eat that. It's like when your skin is your largest organ in your body and a lot of toxins are taken on through the skin. And if you don't protect your skin and be consciously aware of what you're putting on and what you're putting in, then there's going to be problems. And the thing is the body will protect you and it will do its best, but then it'll hit a point where it's like, okay, enough is enough. And that's really what happened with Adele. Adele, when she was overstressing her voice and really it became an issue when she had to get vocal surgery and get the nodules removed off of her, vocal cords, which that's her life. That's the difference between doing something she loves, impacting the world with her gift. That's her passion. And then not being able to do it. See, that's really how life works, is we don't realize and really appreciate things till it's taken away. And when it's taken away, that's when we start maybe waking up a little bit more. And so that's the whole philosophy of, we're like, well, let's create products that are going to make an impact, that are going to make a difference, that are actually going to help people. And let's just put the best of the best in it. And, our products, they're on the higher end. And that's where we wanted to stay. And so especially with the lip balm, I mean, you're putting it right on your lips. You're going to you want the best. And the same thing with a vocal throat spray. There's no preservatives. Vocal Eze has no artificial ingredients. There's no additives, nothing. It's handmade. It's small batches. And we make sure the quality is the best. And that's what musicians need, and that's what they deserve. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And, before I forget, where can people, two things, where can they find you, but also where can they find your products like Vocal Eze and Lippies?
Yeah, the best and easiest way when they want to grab their Lippies or grab a Vocal Eze is just go to vocaleze.com. That's the easiest, vocaleze.com.
One word.
And, and they'll see our different varieties of Lippies, and Vocal Eze will be on there, and then stock up. My recommendation is don't wait till you need it. Right? Don't wait. Be proactive. Really get it ahead of time. And we have teachers, we have singers, we have presenters, speakers. They stock up on the stuff, and they swear by it. And you'll see a lot of testimonials on there. And we have testimonials from famous people, people everybody knows. And their recommendations go a long way. And really you won't know till you try it yourself. So vocaleze.com. And then I know, Donna, on your website, we'll have a special discount for them.
Yeah, actually, let's talk about that.
Cool.
So what's, I know you have something special for our listeners. So what are you offering the listeners for this radio show?
So we really believe in supporting communities and leaders like you. And so for the listeners and the community that you've been building, what we want to do something really, really special, because it's more about helping the people who are in need. So what we're going to be doing, and it's going to be for a limited time, it's going to be for a very short amount of time. So if you want it, go get it. We're going to be giving you for free a stick of Lippies and a bottle of Vocal Eze for free. So Vocal Eze at the store is $19.99, and you can get it at Guitar Center and Sam Ash, and there's about 500 music stores that carry Vocal Eze. But when you go online to vocaleze.com and use Donna's code, which she'll tell you how to get, you'll get it for free. You'll get Lippies, which sells for $4.99 for free, and all you have to do is cover shipping. Cover shipping, we'll ship it to you. Shipping's usually around $5-6, and we'll send it out to you so you can experience it and take care of yourself, so you can continue sharing your message and help the people that you want to help.
That's so great. Thank you so much for offering that for my listeners. And guys, seriously, I use this stuff. It's worth it. It's worth it. And get your free. It's not a sample size either. It's the real stuff. So get your free stuff. Sign up if you're not a member of my website or whatever. Sign up at donnashwartzmusic.com. Hey, listen, Mel, our time unfortunately is up. It was great speaking with you. Thanks so much for joining me.
Hey, Donna, this was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me on, and keep doing your amazing work.
Oh, thanks so much, Mel.